Hi, welcome to Nina in the Kitchen, where today I wanted to show you how to pan roast asparagus, just because it's easy, you don't have to turn your oven on. And with that, I'm going to do a white wine butter sauce. You might know it as a Beurre Blanc, which is delicious with vegetables, fish, chicken. So what I do, I wanted to show this to you. When I get home from the supermarket, I put my asparagus into a container of some sort. I cut the bottoms off, the tough ends, so those have all been snapped off. This asparagus will stay like this, covered with a bag, with a produce bag, in your refrigerator. They'll last for over a week. So I just wanted to talk about asparagus quickly too. People are always asking if thick or thin is better, and actually thicker ones are better, and here's why. That's nutrients and fiber and water content, and you don't get that on a thin one. So the thin spears tend to be perhaps older plants or plants that have a weak root system, and these actually have more nutrients. They're milder, they're more tender, so you want thicker spears over thinner spears. A lot of people think it's the other way around, but so I wanted to clear that up, and let's get going. This is very simple. This is just a pan over medium-high heat. Take as many asparagus as you want. Put it in the pan, just like that. Now I'm just going to do a little drizzle of olive oil over it. Little sprinkle of salt. Make sure they have contact with the pan, and then you just roll them around probably about every 2 to 3 minutes until they're toasty and browned all the way around. That's it. Easy. It's been about 2 minutes now, and I'm just rolling these around, and you can see they're starting to get a little darker, which means they're starting to cook. These are turning darker green, and they're starting to get a little brown on them. So I'm doing one roll, and when they get toasty and browned all the way along, that's a good one. So now he's ready to roll. And you just move them around, and when they're toasty and brown, then they'll be done. And that'll just be another few minutes. Well, while the asparagus is roasting in the pan on the back, I thought I would show you how to put the sauce together. It's very simple. Here are all of the ingredients. There's just some kosher salt. I have unsalted butter, that's 8 tablespoons. This is 1 small shallot that's been minced, 1 tablespoon of heavy cream, 2 tablespoons of white wine vinegar, and 3 tablespoons of a dry white wine. This goes in. So the vinegar and wine go in with the shallot into a pan over a medium-high heat. You bring it up to a boil and then reduce it to a simmer. Bring to boil, BTB, reduce to simmer, RTS. Then, when this goes down by about 2/3 of the volume that you have here, that'll just take a few minutes, 3 to 4 minutes, I would say. When it reduces down, then we put the rest of this together, and the problem with a Beurre Blanc, if you've ever made it before, is that by the time you pour it over your fish or vegetables and you bring it to the table, it can break. And then you have two separate, you have wet and you have the butter. But modern technology, someone has figured out the science, and what you do is you just add a little bit of heavy cream, and that acts as an emulsifier, and it will not break. So this is a good recipe to know, a good technique to know. So it looks like we're there. You just add the heavy cream, keeping this heat at a medium-low, and a little bit at a time, you're going to add this butter and just whisk. So every time your butter melts, you just add another little pat of butter. You don't want this to boil, so adjust your heat as needed. Well, that's the last of the butter. And then last but not least, just a pinch of salt goes in, and that's it. That's your beurre blanc. The asparagus were ready, so I took them out of the pan, and here they are. And then this is just a matter of taking some of this velvety sauce. Look at this, it's beautiful. And just pouring it over the asparagus. And then serve it in the side with a little side dish. In a little side dish. And that's it. Beurre blanc, asparagus, shallots. The acidity from the vinegar and the wine really bumps up the volume on the butter. Oh man, that's really good. So I hope you tried this dish. If you do, it's a great way to use asparagus. If you do, please let me know. And I'm here on YouTube, Nina in the Kitchen, ninainthekitchen.net for recipes. Thank you so much for watching. Bye guys.